This one thing can make or break your trip. Hi, I'm Josie. I've been traveling carry-on only for over 25 years, and I'm here to show you how you can too. Welcome to day 10 of my series of 30 days to a better carry-on. We're talking about shoes today and how important they are and how they really are make or break for your trip, but also how important it is to pack the right amount so that you can still achieve carry-on only status. I know we all want to look cute on our trips, but you can't sacrifice comfort and function for looking cute. What that means is that you have to pack the right footwear, because nothing can spoil a trip faster than having foot issues like blisters or your feet hurting and not being able to explore your destination in the way you want to. And if you're with a group, you do not want to be the one slowing people down because you didn't pack the right footwear. I have so many thoughts about shoes and packing the right shoes, but I'm really just going to focus today on the amount of shoes and what you should be looking for when you're choosing your shoes for your travel capsule. So as far as the amount of shoes, I recommend a travelista duo or trio. And what that means is that you're going to pack a primary pair of shoes that you're going to rely on for most of your trip, and then a secondary pair, which you can see as a backup pair. So your secondary pair can be another equally as comfortable shoe, especially if you're traveling for a longer time, or it can just be something that maybe you're just planning on wearing in the evenings or when you're not expecting to do a lot of walking. Or the secondary pair can just be another pair that gives you a variety of different looks with your travel capsule. And when you're choosing your primary pair, you need to think in terms of the 20K shoe. What's a shoe that you can wear for 20,000 steps a day? Granted, you may not be walking that much, but you need a shoe that can take you that far, because that's a type of shoe that can be comfortable. And if you're traveling for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days at a time and you're on your feet more than usual, that's going to add up. That adds up on your feet. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's cumulative. So maybe yes, you can handle one day of walking in a cute but maybe not so comfy pair of shoes, but can you handle 5 or 6 days in that same pair of shoes? So think of the long term of your trip, and the longer your trip, the more comfortable your shoes need to be. And if you're going for the travelista trio, the third pair of shoes, that is really only if your itinerary calls for it. Because remember, your shoes are going to take up the most room in your suitcase and they're going to weigh the most. So they are really taking up valuable room. Only bring what you need. This is not the time for just in case. This is not the time to throw in a pair of heels if you don't think that you're going to wear them. An example of a primary shoe for me would be, let's take for example summer. It would be a sneaker, and then the secondary pair would be a walkable pair of sandals. In the spring and fall, I'm probably going to bring a sneaker, and then the secondary pair is an ankle boot of some sort. With summer travel, the shoes are going to take up less space, so sometimes you will have space for another pair. In the summer, I generally have to pack a pair of flip-flops because I'm expecting to be at a beach or be using a pool. I generally pack a pair of flip-flops for summer, but again, those really don't take up any room. So it goes to say that with your primary pair of shoes, you have to build your travel outfits around that shoe to make sure it's all complementary. And another consideration is if you're like me, I wear a size 10 shoe, so my shoes take up a lot of room. I have to be very careful about the type of shoe I pack and to make sure that I don't overpack. There have been times where I've had to take a third pair, and that was when I took a cruise. So I packed a third pair of very low profile low-heeled sandals, and I managed to make them fit in my carry-on, so that worked fine. But generally, unless you need it, if I hadn't been on the cruise, I would not have packed that shoe. So really make sure your footwear is in line with your itinerary and the weather and the places that you're going. All this talk about shoes, it's really hard because I would love to recommend the end-all be-all pair of shoes. But the truth is, what works for me may not work for you. So it's really up to you to do the research and to do the field testing of a shoe to see if it's the right one for your travels. That being said, I do really love seeing the TikToks where people are hopping on asking others to help them source the best travel shoe, the best travel sneaker. So if you have a solid recommendation, please drop it in the comments. And if you want to get into it further, you can check out my Substack, and I'll see you here tomorrow where we're talking about 30 days to a better carry-on.